Oklahoma City Thunder because they are dominating everything right now. But I know he's got to talking football, bro. Now let's talk some hoops. And let's kick it off with, as usual, let's talk about ESPN's top five. They just put out their power rankings today. I sent it over to you. I'll run through them. Let's talk about whether we agree or disagree, and who we would replace if there are any disagreements. So, ESPN has no surprise the Thunder, who are currently stomping the Suns. Thunder at number one, Denver Nuggets at number two, Detroit Pistons at number three, Houston Rockets number four, and the New York Knicks at number five. After reviewing that, I'll let you go first. What do you agree with, and what would you change? And I'm going to change headgear.
Well, clearly I agree with number one.
What?
Um,
The
yeah, I
Thunder?
mean,
Oh,
you
okay.
know,
They're
they're only 24 and
hey,
1.
they're okay. They're okay.
They're okay. See?
Yeah, see, that's funny.
Uh, yeah, no, I definitely agree with OKC at number one. Um, I'm gonna push back though on Denver at number two. I'm gonna still go
Okay,
with I'm gonna go with Houston. Then I'll go with Denver.
okay.
Then I'll go with Detroit there. As you see, since the last time we did this, Detroit lost a few games after we talked about them not,
Yeah, yeah, they were number two, so they went from number two to number three from last week. Yeah.
so um
Okay.
and I definitely don't agree with New York up in the top five. Actually, I'm gonna go with the Spurs, which I had last week in my top five as well. But you've been talking about it, obviously because you're a fan. You just keep talking about them and talking about them and talking about them.
Speaking
But
into existence.
for good reason, they're playing good basketball. So I'd actually Celtics are close
Ha,
to my
they're
top
getting
five.
close.
They're getting close,
I agree.
but
I
I,
agree.
I would even have
Okay.
them higher than the Knicks right now. Is what I'm saying.
I agree with that as well. Okay. It took everything in me. I scribbled it out. If I could show you, you can
I'm
see those
sure you
scribbles.
did.
I scribbled it out. I put it there and scribbled it out three times because I wanted so bad to put them in the top five, but I just can't do it right now. They're hot. They're playing really good. And
They're
if they
streaking.
play another week like this, well, next week I most likely will have them in there. We'll see. But yeah, obviously can't argue with OKC. They got one loss. They're blowing everybody out by 15, 16, 17 points. Starters aren't even playing in the fourth quarter most games. So number one, clearly OKC. I flip flopped my two and three from last week. I'm going to move Denver up to number two. I'm going to put Houston at number three. I think their teams are so close. It's hard. It's kind of like splitting hairs between the two. I'm
Yeah,
going to go with the best player on the planet right now, and that's Jokic. So I'm going to go with him. I'm going to put Houston at number three. Surprisingly, begrudgingly, that team that wears purple and gold, I'm going to put at number four. I know that surprises you, probably surprises a lot of people. I'll put them at number four. Um, they they just look solid when their core is there. They look really good. And when their stars are out, Austin Reeves picks it up. That game against Boston, Celtics handled them, but he showed that he can carry the load when they ask him to. And then I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to put the Spurs at number five. I don't have any East team in the top five, to be honest with you, um, which will lead us to our next topic here shortly. But I think there's a couple of teams that are right on the outside of the top five in the East. I think Detroit is one of those teams. I think Boston, if they continue to play the way that they have been, can be one of those teams that slides up there. Maybe New York if they can get consistent. But I really just none of the teams in the East I trust right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, Detroit's had a phenomenal start, but it's a lot of teams are playing in the East, a lot of teams that are not very good. And I just feel like the West, they're playing tough competition every night, and these teams are they're not winning at the clip OKC is, but Denver, Houston, LA, and San Antonio are still winning. against tough competition night after night. So, and they're missing guys and they're still winning too. So that's my top five. I'd love to hear what your reaction is to not having any East teams in there, and what do you think I got completely wrong, if any?
Not quite ready to push Detroit out of the top five. I mean, I can't really blame you because they're the top five teams in the
Get out of
West
here.
technically could be the top five teams in the entire NBA. So,
Yeah, no,
I mean, it'd be hard to
I think
argue
they are
it.
right now. Yeah.
And
Okay.
but I'm not quite there. So
Okay.
I would say I don't think you're crazy. Um, I'm just not ready to agree with you.
Okay. Perfectly okay. I get it. You could agree with me, but then we'd both be wrong. That's all right. All right. Well, that leads me to our second topic that I put in the chat. Realistically, right? I think we can say that there's probably, I'm going to say, in my opinion, I think there's three teams that could win the championship. And that's the top three teams that we just mentioned. And that's only if OKC somehow stumbles down the line, right? Do you think that any team in the East actually has a chance, um, even if OKC isn't the representative in the West? Let's say it's Denver, Houston, or even LA. Do you think any team in the East has a chance against the top four or five teams in the West in a 7 game series? The way they're current with their current roster right now.
I think Detroit could probably hang with the Lakers team
Okay.
in a
Okay.
7 game series. Probably even hang with the Spurs in a 7 game series. I don't
Okay.
think they would beat the Spurs in a 7 game series. It would be toss up for me on the Lakers.
All
But
right.
Oklahoma City, Houston, and Denver, I don't think any team in the East would have a chance to beat either one of those three teams
Yeah.
in a seven
I
game
agree with you.
series. Definitely not OKC. I think I think every East team getting swept in that series. And I know
Mm,
everyone will go, oh, Indiana pushed them to the brink last year. OKC's on a different level this year that people don't even realize. Their point differential is 17.4 points per game right now. That's 4 points higher than the record they broke themselves last year.
yep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So,
They're super good. Can't argue that.
and Houston, they're the only other team with a double digit point differential at 10.6, but they're beating teams pretty handily too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think though, I mean, so I look at it, I like the point differential, but I also look at what teams that can score, and that's why I got Denver up there as well, because Denver can score. Um, it's gonna be fun. So I think one of those three teams is gonna win it, to be honest with you.
Yep.
I would love to say that Jason Tatum comes back fully healthy and changes the entire complexion of things. I think that could happen in the Eastern Conference. I don't think it makes a difference in the finals just because he's not going to have enough time to ramp up and they don't have enough firepower to go with OKC. I think they
Right.
could probably hang with Denver or Houston. I think their depth matches up pretty well against both of those teams. But when it comes to OKC, OKC's got like almost two starting lineups on their team. Um, Other teams they just don't have that. So yeah, I agree with you. I think it'd be super tough for any of those teams to beat any of the top five teams in the West, especially those top three. It's going to be damn near impossible. So,
Yeah.
so East, good luck. You guys better start trading and creating super teams or something because OKC looks like they may be creating a dynasty. Um,
That's what it looks like.
it's looking like it. So, all right. Well, speaking of that, let's talk about the OKC Thunder. Again, they won again tonight. They are on their way to the semifinals of the NBA Cup, which I think we can pretty much stamp that they're going to win. Hopefully, they don't hang a banner like the Lakers did. Stupid. Uh, Maybe they will. Who knows? I think that's dumb. Uh-huh. Just give them their check
Put
and
it in
let
the
them go on
locker
their way.
room or something.
Yeah, give them their check and let them go on their way.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about, we've been talking about Record Watch since they started off on this hot start.
Yeah.
Right now, they have not just one, but two records in their sights. Okay. Obviously, and we'll talk about the confidence meter and where it's at this week for the season, the overall season record. But at this point, they've got 16 in a row now. Um, that's halfway to the record of the most consecutive wins. Do you think, or what's your confidence? Let's say, what's your confidence? What percentage do you think, if you had a chance to take a look at their schedule real quick, that they can break that record of 33 straight?
Well, without looking at the record, 17 more is going to be pretty dang tough.
It is.
So I'll start there. Um, Looking at the schedule ahead, I mean, they've got some pretty stiff competition games coming up. They have one against Minnesota, two against San Antonio, one being on Christmas Day against San Antonio. I'm
Yeah.
actually excited to see the game against Philly
Okay.
in the East. And I say this because Tyrese Maxey, man, that dude just pushes the ball.
He's
They're
playing.
fast. Edgecombe, man, he's a baller too. They're playing really, really good. I think it's actually been really beneficial that Embiid doesn't have to be that
Yeah.
30 plus point a night guy for them. They can rely on Maxi to get that 30 points. Um, Edgecombe's getting his, he's
Yep.
getting 20, near 20 a night. So that could be another game. Just going through, I mean, they have another game against Golden State, game against Phoenix, which I'll be at.
Yeah.
Um,
So they have three
Hu-
again. So I did the
Houston
math. They would break the record against Cleveland on
on the 19th.
MLK Day on the 19th. I
Right,
went and looked. That would be the game that they, if they went that far, they'd break the record. So they have three between now and then. They have three games against San Antonio.
right,
They have one against Houston, and then like you mentioned, they got the Minnesota game, Golden State. Depending on how healthy they are, that that Golden State team, you get a bunch of old dudes fired up and motivated for one night. You never know what could happen.
yeah.
Um,
I,
I'm going to say this. I think that the best chance for them to lose, if they, I mean, you're right, 17 more is going to be tough because at some point the ball's just not going to go on the hoop one night. I'm going to say the best chance that a team's going to have, if you're just looking at it, is going to be that first game against San Antonio because it's the second night of a back-to-back, and they're going to be
right,
traveling. I know it's only from OKC to San Antonio, so it's not like they're going far, but you
right.
still got to go through the hassle of traveling, period.
Getting out of a game, yeah,
And
getting out
then,
of a game, getting on a
yeah,
bus, all that
and then
shit. Going to the airport.
exactly. And then they got to travel back so they can get ready for the Christmas game in OKC.
Right,
So I think that's the one I would say because it's the second night of a back-to-back. Um, and it's in San Antonio, home crowd probably be fired up. If I was going to pick one, that's the one I'm going to say that's going to break the streak. I think if they get past that, I don't see where they lose a game for a while until maybe Denver in February.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, as a
it's
fan, I'd love to see it. I just, man, that would be great. My
crazy.
confidence level's not quite as high as them hitting the actual record.
Yeah.
I'll probably give them like a 30% shot at getting this,
Okay.
right? So, you know,
I'm gonna go higher.
yeah, I might go a little higher.
I'm gonna go
Um,
60%. I think 60%.
all right. Yeah, I'll
And if
go.
they, yeah, I'm gonna say if they get past San Antonio on the 23rd, then when we get together on Wednesday the 24th, I'm gonna bump it up to 80, maybe
Ooh,
100%.
dang. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll
So
be
we'll
interesting.
revisit. we'll revisit this in a couple of weeks if they make it that far, which I think they will. Um, yeah, I think they're going to do it.
All right.
I was looking at the
I
schedule.
love
I
it.
don't think there's. I would love to say they're going to do it because, but at the same time, somebody needs to do it because the Lakers have that record, and fuck the Lakers. Yeah. So, any, yeah, no, forget that. All right, so you're at what'd you say, 35, 30, 35%? I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
60
that's where I'm
right
going.
now.
All right. I love it.
All right. I can't believe that. I'm rooting for OKC. Damn. All right, let's talk
Woo!
about the other record. So let's see. A couple weeks ago, I was roughly 30%, then I'm roughly 50% last week. I think it's gone up quite a bit after what we've seen here lately. Last week, you said you were at what'd you say,
80.
85% that they were going
Yep,
to
85.
break the record. Um, there's not much more room to go, bro. What's your confidence meter at this week for OKC to break that single season win record?
I'm going 88% now. Whoop whoop.
Okay, 88%. I like it. I'm about to get up there with you. I think I'm gonna have to jump up there.
Oh, he's jumping.
I'm gonna go 70% right now. I'm not 100% sold yet, but I am way more sold than I'm not sold. They're
Woo.
just a really good team, really young. They haven't even put their actual starting lineup that they want to put out there on the court yet, for
Zero
the most
minutes
part.
total. No, zero
Exactly.
minutes total this year.
Yeah, so
Hartenstein, Chet,
just
Dort,
ridiculous.
Jalen Williams, and SGA have 0 minutes on the floor together this year
That's just insane. And they haven't even put their starting lineup out there, and they're
for a single
24 and
minute.
1. Yeah. NBA is in trouble, man. NBA is in trouble. So, good thing is for OKC fans, they got most of these guys locked up for us a really long time. Um, they all seem to like each other and get along. They all seem to play with a common cause, all that good stuff, all the cliches that you hear. But it seems to really apply to OKC. So, Thunder are going to be around for a long time, and the rest of the NBA needs to buckle up and be ready to deal with it and handle it. So, fucking Thunder. Sam Presti finally hit the lotto, man.
And the great thing too is
And
as
he's
as
still
long
got
as they
25 lotto tickets left. Son of a
yeah, and as long as they keep producing quality players from those picks, they're always going to keep picks in the pipeline. It's been glorious to see because without them picking good quality players, excuse me, the sustainability isn't going to be but, 4 or 5 years probably, right? Like, and that's a long time, right? I'm just saying,
Yeah, it
you
is. No,
know,
you're right. It is. I'm just messing with you. It is. Good Lord, they beat them by 49.
49.
Holy God.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Good game coming up that just started. I think Spurs and Lakers. That should be a fun one.
Oh,
Um, yeah. So I wish, you know, Wemby would just hurry up and get back though. See, that's the other thing is San Antonio's they've still been keeping steady without Wemby. He's been out. So when he comes back, I think they're gonna lift off into the stratosphere. Should be fun. Let me ask you this. What would you say who would you say is the biggest surprise as far as teams? What team is surprising you the most? Let's go with one in each conference. What team is surprising you the most in the East so far this year?
uh, well, that's tough. Probably
Good
the
or bad.
Cavaliers. Cavaliers, because
Okay.
last year, I mean, they were so
They
dominant.
ran away. They were OKC
They
last
were,
year.
yeah, exactly. They were OKC last year. They were running away with. They had three massive winning streaks last
Yep.
year. Kind of folded in the playoffs, but so right now they're 14 and 11. Pretty big disappointment if you ask me.
Yeah,
Um,
I
so
would
I'll go
agree.
with the Cavs over there in the East. And then in
Okay.
the West, quite honestly, seeing the Lakers. they're number two in the West right now.
Oh,
I wasn't expect, I know they got Doncic, everything. They didn't really mesh
yeah,
well last year, but they're playing good ball. Doncic is playing good. Everything seems to be going well there. I don't think anyone anticipated Reeves being the baller that he's been this year.
yeah.
Um, so I'll go with the Lakers. Big surprise there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you in the West. For a while, for me, it was Phoenix, and I'm still kind of surprised by Phoenix. They're kind of coming back down to earth, but they were really hot there for a little while. Looked really good, and then again, kind of come back down to earth. But at this point, yeah, I would have to agree with you. I think LA, just based off the way they finished the season last year, it was like, oh, they're old. They are just
Right.
old. And coming into the season, we were all like, LeBron's missing because of his sciatica. Luca, what he got hurt like the second game of the season and missed some games, right? So it just kind of looked like, oh, here we go again, same old Lakers. And then out of nowhere, they found Austin Reeves can actually put up a ton of points. And they kind of shocked everybody. Like you said, number two in the conference, and just surprising the hell out of people, unfortunately. Now in the East, I'm not saying this because I'm a homer. I'm saying this because everybody said this was a gap year. Everybody said this was a tank year, myself included. I thought, I don't know, man. Six seed play in, that's probably where we're gonna be. And again, we got a long season to go. I'm not saying that it's a done deal. They're only a game and a half out of being in the play in. But I'm gonna say the Boston Celtics. I've been pleasantly surprised by the fact that they are starting to really gel. They've
Yeah,
stuck to the
I
script,
like it.
right? With Tatum out, it's not like they decided, all right, we have to run this completely new offense. We're not going to be the team we were last year. They're playing the same exact way they were last year. It's just different dudes taking the shots. And they've started to fall. Jalen is coming to his own. He averaged 34 points a game over his last 6 games, and really kind of taking the reins as the leader of the team. So I'm going to say Celtics in the East for now. But Detroit, depending on how they finish, they may overtake them as the biggest surprise because I didn't expect Detroit to be at the top of the standings at any point this season, whether it's the early part of the season or the end of the season. So,
Right.
yeah. All right. Last question, and I'll get you out of here, unless you got something else.
Nope.
Last question. I put it in the chat because I like to end with a hypothetical. Let's say you had your choice. You had two options to win $1 million. The first option is you got to play Steph Curry and beat him in a game of horse. Or you can you got one shot, you got to make it, blindfold shot from half court for $1 million. Which option are you taking and why?
Blindfold from half court.
Yeah, me too. So I actually got a chance to make that shit.
Much better chance than beating Steph.
Much better than beating Steph. I agree. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. I like it. And hey, believe it or not, some people may not believe it, and I don't care if you do. He can vouch for it. He's seen it at the free throw line for sure. But
Seen it.
I've done it from half court too. Not blindfolded, but with my eyes closed. I made a half court shot before my eyes closed. So what's the difference? Is putting a blindfold on. As long as I can stare at the hoop for a second, kind of get my distance before you put the blindfold on, I'm taking the shot
Taking the shot.
because I got a chance. Yep,
That's right.
yep. You know what? We actually we know a gentleman who he's passed away a couple of years ago, but we know a dude that made 4 half court shots in a row, back to back to back to back. Michael Reese. I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck he did that. She was crazy.
Crazy.
Anyways, All right, that's all I got. It's a short episode of Kiss My Glass this week. Unless you got anything else you want to touch on, any other little nuggets you got? Nuggets for OKC fan. Just kidding.
Clever.
Yeah, thunder rolling. They sure are. All right. Well, I will get you out of here, bro. I appreciate you getting together with me. Again, for those of you that
Yes,
end up
sir.
watching, we do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, be on the lookout for the next Kiss My Glass next week. In the meantime, don't forget that the I Could Be Wrong sports store at Printify is 15% off between now and December 15th for all products on the store. So go get yourself a punch pillow, motivational shirt, whatever you need to get your holiday shopping done. Head over to the I Could Be Wrong sports store to get it finished up. So, with that being said, don't forget division is a math problem. It should never be a people problem. And please be kind. It is free, even if you're